I only had 2 days to visit Athens in Greece, but I had one major goal. I didn't want to miss any of the local flavors. From street food to rooftop views, here is everything I ate and drank in 48 hours. I started my first morning at Gregory's, which is essentially the Greek equivalent of Starbucks, but honestly, the food is much better. The variety of savory pies or pitas is insane, so I grabbed a fresh squeezed orange juice for €4.50 because Greece has amazing oranges, and for food, I got the Mytilenean Kazari pie for €2.80. It's filled with salty yellow sheep cheese, bringing the total damage to €7.30 for a delicious, authentic, and budget-friendly start to the day. On day 2, I wanted a sit-down brunch and followed online reviews to a place called Picky, which was packed, so I expected it to be great. But here's the reality check. I ordered scrambled eggs on a koulouri bread, and the price was huge at €12.50 compared to the local bakery I went to earlier. The service was messy as the waiter dropped my salad on the floor. They forgot the sugar for my Greek coffee, making it completely bitter. And to top it off, they pushed for a tip, bringing the total bill to €15.50. So my advice is to skip the tourist traps and stick to the local spots. For a midday snack, I went to Veneti's in Monastiraki Square, which is the oldest bakery chain in Athens. And their sweets display feels like a museum. I needed energy, so I bought a fresh fruit salad for €4.50, but I couldn't resist the sweets, so I also bought 2 kourabietis, famous almond butter cookies covered in powdered sugar, for €3, creating the perfect mix of healthy vitamins and traditional Greek sugar. Later, walking through Agia Irene Square, the smell of fried dough was calling my name, so I couldn't resist stopping at Loukoumades, the home of the Greek donut. I ordered the classic honey and cinnamon version, and look at how juicy these are. When you bite in, it is an explosion of syrup. And with a price of €4.60 plus water for 50 cents, this was worth every penny. For dinner, I didn't want to experiment, so I went to Adrianou Street to eat next to the ancient Agora at a place called Stone Athens. I ordered the national dish, moussaka, which is layers of potatoes, eggplant, and beef topped with creamy bechamel sauce, and it was a real local meal. Rich, comforting, and surprisingly good value at €12 considering the historic view. To end my trip, I went to the highest point in the city, Lycabettus Hill, taking the cable car up to see the church and the view, but the October wind was freezing. So I walked down to find shelter at a cafe called Prasini Tenda and ordered a hot coffee to warm up. Although the coffee is pricey here at about €6, look at this. You get to enjoy the marvelous panoramic view of the illuminated city in warmth and comfort, making it the perfect way to say goodbye to Athens. Since I only had 48 hours, there are a few legendary staples I didn't catch on camera, but you simply must try. You cannot leave Athens without eating a classic gyro pita, which is shaved meat wrapped with fries and tzatziki for under €4. And please buy your sesame koulouri from the yellow street carts for 60 cents instead of a fancy restaurant like I did. Also, sit down for a real Greek salad, which surprisingly has no lettuce, just tomatoes and a giant block of feta. And perhaps finish your night with a sip of ouzo, an anise-flavored national drink that turns cloudy white when you add ice. From the sweet crunch of the donuts to that windy view over the glowing Acropolis, Athens truly fed both my stomach and my soul. If you could teleport to just one of these tables right now, would you choose the quiet comfort of the moussaka by the ruins or that warm coffee looking over the entire city?